Get ready, start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, while moving this resolution, I would like to request the House and the government and the Prime Minister in particular not to take this resolution as one moved by this or that party, but as reflecting the feelings of our countrymen, at least of a very considerable section of our countrymen. Those feelings are reflected, if I may mention, in the resolution that was moved by the All India Congress Committee itself, and to cite another example, in the statements of an eminent statesman like Rajaji. In fact, he has launched a campaign for our withdrawal from the Commonwealth. Now, Sir, the Prime Minister himself had said in the Lok Sabha that because of the Anglo-French attack on Egypt, this question had to be considered afresh. It is today not only a question of sentiment or moral attitude or of our past attitude towards any association with the Britishers, but it is something more than that. Sir, if I borrow the phrase of the Prime Minister himself, we have to look at this question in a larger perspective, the perspective of war and peace, though these factors also count as very important in the consideration of this matter. In the past, the whole stand of our national movement was for complete dissociation from the British Commonwealth. When that stand was reversed in 1949, the country was not given an adequate explanation as to why that stand was reversed. The Prime Minister certainly gave some explanations in the Constituent Assembly and in his public speeches, but the main point which he made was that many things had changed in the world and Britain had also changed. But there was nothing wrong if we associated with Britain as a sovereign country in the Commonwealth for purposes which may be to our common good. Now, sir, recent events and particularly the Anglo-French aggression on Egypt have clearly demonstrated that the British imperialism has not changed. I do not mean the British people, but I mean the British imperialism, which has not changed at all. Events in Malaysia, events in Kenya, and events in South Africa were all clear pointers to the fact that the characteristic of the British imperialism had not changed, and it has not changed even now. We were told that we had been associating as equal partners in the British Commonwealth. While launching this adventure of aggression, the British government did not think it necessary to consult the government of India, or at least to consider the feelings of the government of India, which represented the feelings of the public of India. They do not have even that much courtesy. So, where is the question of equality of status then? The bill, sir, which I have moved for the consideration of the House, mainly falls into four parts, as I have more than once pointed out in my speeches in connection with the First Amendment Act that was passed in 1952. The list that was prepared and appended to the original bill was done in a very haphazard way. In the First Amendment Act, an effort was made to correct some of the mistakes and to add a few more archaeological sites and monuments. In connection with that bill, sir, I had pointed out even then that there were quite a few monuments which were not included in that, even though they should have been immediately included therein. Hence, in this bill that I have put forward here, I have tried to include some additional monuments which should have been included therein even last time. The second thing that I have tried to do in this bill is this: in the original act as well as even after the First Amendment Act, there remained quite a few mistakes, very patent mistakes, which need to be corrected. For instance, the districts of Rajasthan were never correctly named, and all the districts were not even included in that act. Thirdly, I have held the view that all the important monuments which have been protected under the Ancient Monuments Preservation Act 1904 and which are in the states should be declared to be of national importance. I urge this for two reasons. Firstly, I have always been of the view that there is no reason why, just because certainly actions can be taken and certain moves can be made in the states under that Act of 1904, those monuments should not be declared to be of national importance. Sir, I am really amazed to see that while some petty monuments have been declared to be of national importance, the great stupa of Sanchi, which is revered not only in India but also in lands like China, Japan, and the Far East, when people from thousands of miles have been coming here for centuries past, that stupa has not been declared to be of national importance. I am amazed at this state of affairs.